Welcome in, my fiber friends. I just wanted to take a moment to thank anyone who's watching who has supported this channel by subscribing. I really appreciate it. And the last video seems like we have a lot of new people here. And welcome, welcome. And if you're brand new and just clicked in, please stay tuned, and I hope you subscribe, and I look forward to any comments. I will always chat back with you as soon as I can. And again, just thank you so much, and I'm just trying to build this community. Please share with your fiber friends, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please do. Thank you. Hello and welcome to Dreamcrafted Creations. My name is Debbie. I'm also known as Nana, and I'm coming to you from outside the Boston area here in New England, downstairs in my little space in the world where I love to create, knit, crochet, sew, and any other type of fiber arts I can get my hands on. That's what this channel is about. And I did put up a little blurb this before the video. I have been knitting away this morning, just kind of being lazy and trying to get through my, I believe it was my second cast on of the 12 cast ons. I did have the finished object last week. I had the, excuse me, my eyelash. Last week I had the, Junie Bauble blanket, finished object, and first cast on of the year. And then we put a little bonus cast on of Honey Bunny Little Lovey by Mama Made Minis as well. I did try to get this bunny done in time for the shower, but didn't happen. It was, I would say, where was I? I think I was an ear short. And I did finish it the next day, last Sunday, and all the kids actually fell in love with it. It has its little bunny tail. I think it's cute. I think it's really cute. It's soft. It's snuggly. My daughter didn't seem to think she really liked the eyes, but I like the eyes. I have all these eyes in the safety eyes in different colors. This one I just put almost like a copper tone, if you can see it, kind of sparkles. But I have them in all different colors, and I thought they looked okay. What do you think? Sometimes your kids can be so critical, can't they? But anyways, it's really simple because the body's not stuffed. Nothing's stuffed, actually. The only thing that's stuffed is the head. And when I was doing this, it does seem a little weird when you're you got to trust the process, because couldn't quite figure out, I don't believe she said you're starting in the back of the head and this is the nose, and I just wasn't sure where I was at on this, but I think it's really cute, and I think it would have went really well with the blanket, but I'll give it to her at another time. But the kids came over Sunday. They really liked them. So I might even try to get some of these made up for Easter for them, because they're quick and there's not a lot of stuffing. And when you do toys, amigurumi, knit, crochet, anything, the time consuming part is sewing them together and stuffing. So anyways, these were pretty quick. I think you could get it done in a full day if you took the time. But I did get sidetracked by some laundry and ended up having to do some house chores. And if I had just let everything go and just kept up with my knitting, I would have had it done. But I didn't. The laundry was calling me, so I did it. But anyways, so 2 finished objects for January so far, and today is January 14th. It's Wednesday. I thought I was gonna be alone all day and be able to get knitting done, um, maybe even a little sewing and get some videotaping in, but I just got a call from my daughter, and she will be stopping by with her 3 children, so this may be a combination of a couple of day videos. I do wanna talk about my number 4 cast on of the 12 cast ons, and I'm really excited about it. That is going to be the Satellite. I would say this is a shawl. Yeah, it's a shawl, by, Dre Renee Knits, who is Andrea Mare. There she is, and I just fell in love with this when I was watching her podcast one day, and I got the exact same colors she has it in, which is, and funny thing is, I believe this is my second cast on of the 12, Milton, and here I am on this. We have a collar working on the shoulders, and I'm just about ready to split it. And this is what I was working on this morning, but the funny thing is, it's the same type of yarn. It's that La Bien Aimée. So I love this yarn. And this one is Helix. It's a French gray, which is going to be the main color. So I am going to start on this today. And this is the main color, which they say is a lace weight, but we're going to hold 2 strands together. And the contrasting fingering weights. And those are also La Bien Aimée. And we have, what are the colors here? We have pale pink. I would assume that this is the pale pink. No, this is color Sansa. So this, oh yes, one skein Sansa pale pink. And then we have a deeper pink. And then we have a yellow. So these are the 3 contrasting colors. And I always said, we were knitting at the Unruly Stitch yesterday, my favorite yarn store in New England. And we were talking about different color combinations. We were talking about how browns and blues look good together, and even adding like a gold to the brown. And I was saying, I really like pink and gold together. And that's what I think drew me to this. So all these colors are pretty much a really nice combination of what I like to work with. So I am very excited about this. It's brioche. And if you've been watching me for a while, I did learn my brioche on my own through trying the Steve West Knits Make Along shawl this past, I believe it started in October, but I dropped out of that just because it's a great pattern, but there's a lot to it. And I was going to Italy, and I did get through the brioche, which took me a while to learn. It probably wasn't the best pattern to learn it on, but I did learn. And it is sitting over here in my craft room somewhere that I will either pick up and finish the pattern, or I'll use the yarn for something else. But right now, I am going to cast, I'm going to roll. First, I have to wind all these skeins, and then I am going to cast on my satellite shawl, and I will be back to show you that. And the only other thing that I wanted to talk about before I come back is what I'm wearing. This sweater is a mohair. I'm not sure of the type of mohair, but if you look at it very closely, there's these teeny little, all different colors through the gray. So the funny thing is, I was watching Edible Thoughts Makes with Stephanie, and she was showing the Miles shirt jacket by Ozetta. And I was really admiring it, and I was like, oh, I would love to knit up a beautiful cardigan like that. And then I was thinking, I do have a cardigan, and I know it's very old. I knit this up 30 something years ago. The reason I remember how old this is because I had found a picture of me with my youngest daughter, who is 32, and I'm wearing it. Look at this. I hope you can see it. That's probably not the best baby picture of her, but look at this. So I made this 30 years ago, and I saved it, and I didn't save a lot. I gave a lot away. I actually, when I was at the vintage market, sold different sweaters I had made. I made a lot of my wool and mohair sweaters into mittens when the Bernie mittens were out. I did a lot of those. Um, so this sweater is one of the only sweaters I was able to find that I kept. And I have no idea what the pattern is. There is a cable. It's hard to see, but this is a cable going up. I don't know if you can see it. So there's actually a cable here. There's pockets, okay? And I love it. It's nice and cozy. And down here, I have to put the heat on, and I didn't want to put the heat on today. And so I thought this was the perfect thing to wear down here. So anyways, a blast from the past, a 30-year-old sweater I made. I am thinking that I may even have a extra skein of yarn this was from. So when I come back, I'm going to see if I could find it for you and tell you exactly what type of yarn it is. And I'm sure at this point it's discontinued. But yeah, this is the one of the sweaters I made back in the day, and I saved it. I had a lot of Icelandics back then. And I think, like I said, I sold a couple of them at the vintage market. I think my sister still has one. She lives in Maine. She was telling me she still has it. I did a lot of mohair back then, but like I said, these sweaters that I had made were just sitting around, and it was the era that we were all felting wool sweaters, mohair, and making mittens. And so that's what I did with a lot of them. So, but this one I didn't, and I kept it. So, anyways, that's what's been going on this morning. And I am going to wind these skeins, do a little visit with my daughter and Delilah and Ike and Zeke. And then I'll get back on either later today or tomorrow. So, see you soon. Okay, I am back, and today is Friday, and it's 5 p.m. in the evening. And yesterday, I started my fourth cast on of the 12 cast ons, and it started becoming a little overwhelming with all the different cast ons going on. So I actually decided to kind of organize myself, which I did. So you may notice the background's a little different. I have decided to put all my different projects, 12 different projects, in these bags. And I get those bags when I purchase something through the Unruly Stitch in Weston, my local yarn store. And I will link that below because Anu has a website and she holds workshops. And if you're in the New England area, you have to stop by. There's a knit night on Thursday, and we just have a really good time. And yeah, so I've organized my bags. I've putting all the different projects in there, and let's see where I'm at. So we just wound the balls for the satellite, and I have to tell you, I love this project. I just love it. So I got to the brioche. I wanted to get to the setup part of the brioche. Look where I am. So you started down here, and it's a garter stitch with a I-cord edge, and then we did short rows to get this garter stitch, and then from there I went into the brioche, and I just love this. It's very soft. It's the mohair. I'm not quite sure what this is made of. Let's find out. Let's find out. But I love the La Bien-Aimée. That's what's going on with a lot of the projects here. And a lot of the projects I'm doing, they all seem to have mohair. I love mohair. So this yarn, Helix French Gray, is 75% Falkland Merino, 25% Gotland wool. Okay. So, and then the others are a pretty much, 74% Baby Surrey, 26% Mulberry Silk. So this is a very, very nice, soft, light shawl. It's pretty big from the picture that I've already shown you, so I'm not going to go pull it out right now. But yeah, I love this. This is cast on number 4. And then I've been pretty busy. I went to number 5, which is Never Too Late, in the book Lonnie by the designer Irina Shar. And it is a beautiful, I showed the picture, I'll show it again, but I got to the cast on, which starts from the neck up, and I did do the ribbing. It was knit night last night, and a lot goes on at knit night, so I didn't get very far, but I am cast it on. I am cast it on. I actually had twisted the first cast on, so that I don't think I've ever had a flawless knit cast on. I'm really waiting for the flawless knit where I just cast on, I start the pattern, there's no glitches, and I go through the whole thing. Maybe one of these cast-ons that will happen, but so far, this one here, nope, I maybe wasn't paying attention. I phoned a friend, and I said, can you just read this through with me? And she said, no, the pattern's right. It looks like you might have made a mistake. So I had to rip back, and you know how ripping mohair back is. It sticks. So it was okay. It was only a little bit. And I started over, and I paid attention, and I've gotten through, and it's flawless at this point. And again, like I said, this one casting on, I had twisted it casting on. I thought I was so careful, but I had to redo it last night. So I've only gotten that far. And then on number 3, which is the Milton, I didn't have too much trouble on this, but I do believe, did I have to? I don't know. I might have on the raglans got off a little bit, but you know, on the make ones left, make ones right, because on this one, what I learned is I had to make one left and make one right on the purl side, which I never did before. So I'm learning a lot from everything I've cast on so far. This one, I learned the short rows this way. I've never done the short rows this way. And this one I didn't get too far. So we have 3, 4, 5, and then the 6th cast on is Chain Sweater by Pope Vergara. Pope, I'm not sure how she pronounces that, but there it is. And this is a beautiful, beautiful, this is all the different yarns. I've already wound them. I didn't photo the winding because I figured you weren't going to want to watch that much winding. But look at these beautiful, glittery, sequinedy. I can't wait to start this. However, this sweater, after reading through the pattern, It has a 1x1 tubular cast on. And I did have to watch Stephen West because this is a brand new thing for me, the tubular cast on. And I did take a little video of it. I'll show you me learning. But this is pretty much how far I got. But I cast it on. And I'm not even sure if it's correct. So I wanted to get on today. I like to get on by Fridays. So I only got this far, and I really want to use tomorrow to pay attention to get this started a little bit more. But I am on track. I have 6 cast-ons out of the 12 right now. And yeah, I was able to get it done. But I did think organizing myself is going to really help a lot. And I also, just so you can see what I have going in my craft room, so what I did was I have a couple of pair of whips in here, which are socks. I have the Anita Sky. I forget the name of that pattern. I'll pull it out. But I haven't started the blocks yet, but I am going to do that. I promise you I am. And so I have, that's a whip. All these are the toys that I'm going to try to get to this year. The last 2 advents of the Peek-a-Paw, and then there's 2 Barrett Wool. One is a sheep and one is a gnome, and we have a Toft sheep. And then these are going to be the 12 cast-ons in the Unruly Stitch bags. And the first 2 cast-ons, the first cast-on is all complete and already went, and I already gifted it. And this was a bonus cast-on that you saw, my honey bunny, and that's where I'm at right now. So I would like to use Saturday, tomorrow, to really get a little chunk of this done, a little chunk of this done, and a little bit more, and get through at least the brioche of this. And also I have to split this. So no, it's not all going to get done tomorrow, but hopefully by the next time I see you, I will, or you see me, because I can't see you. By the next time you see me, I'll have a lot more of these done, and we'll cast on 3 more. So that is the plan. So I hope that you have a really great weekend. I hope everyone's well and no one's really fighting the flu or anything like that. Because I do know there was a few people in Knit Night who weren't there because they weren't feeling well. And I hope you're feeling better if you're watching this video. And that's it. I will see you next Friday. There was one more thing that I wanted to say on this video, because I will be going Sunday to a fiber festival in Sudbury, Mass, I believe. It's Russell's Garden Center. I'm not exactly sure of the name of the festival, but I will be going there, and I will definitely show you all my yarny treasures I acquire when I'm there. And I'll tell you all about it, and I'll take some videos, so stay tuned for that. All right, have a nice weekend. Bye.